Hello guys and welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to talk about the add-on in World of Warcraft Classic called Shadowed Unit Frames. So first of all, as you can see now, I have this cool shadowed unit frames up here. We have my character here, and if I click on a target, we have the target here. And they have these cool 3D icons. It's actually pretty cool. For going into the settings to change this, we will go into the chat, put in /SUF, and here we get all the settings. First of all, the very important is you can create a profile. So for example, you can create a profile for PvE, PvP, whatever you like. You can also go to the general tab where you can pretty much go in here and where you can unlock the frames and move around all the things. So I could move the arena. It's pretty dumb we have the arena because there's no arena in Classic. Then we could move the bosses. So when you're fighting a boss, you can see the boss health here, and battleground timers or battleground bosses. That can also be pretty cool. And we can lock all the frames again. You can also go into each of the sections. For example, if I unlock my frames, so unlock frames, I could move my player here. At the moment you can see all of the players, the player, the party, the target is all attached right now. So they are all like in one group. But if you don't want that I normally do, then you can unlink frames, and now you can just move each of your icons around as you want. So you can see here I have myself, my target's target, and my target of target of target, as for example, and my pet and my party up here, and I can say lock frames. So right now you can see it looks a bit dumb because my icon is here and my target is here. It's kind of, you know, it's not synchronized, it's very unsynchronized. So what you can do is you can go into SUF again, /SUF. Then you can go to player, you can go to frames, and you can see, okay, the position right now is it's 200 to the left minus, and the X position is to the left. So in this case I will make it 200 minus, and down position will be minus 100. Then on my target I'm going to say 200. Because my player is minus 200, then if I use 200, it will be exactly the same position from the middle to the right, like I have to the left. And then my minus position down will be 100. Now you can see that my player and my target has exactly the same position, and it's like in totally order. And now I can relax and have my icons totally as intended. Really cool. Then we can go back in and /SUF. We can also make it bigger. So the height right now is 45. So I can make it bigger to 70 and the width to 200. And the same with my player. So 70 and 200. And now you can see my icons just became bigger and more focused. So it's easier for me to actually see them. So now I can run around with my new interface. It's really cool. Keep in mind you can see how much HP you have on yourself, but you cannot see how much HP the enemies have. Classic is disabling that, so you can only see the percent. So you never know in PvP if the target you're going for is actually having more HP than yourself. You can see no matter what I click on, they all just have 100 out of 100. So that is how Classic is working. Then if we go back to SUF, we can go, for example, to the target. Then we can go to this one here called text, and we can actually control which text we want to see. Right now you can see in this guy here, we can see his name, his HP, his mana percent, and his level. So if I tag myself, you can see my level here. This is a way I feel like it's pretty dumb. I don't like the way that I have my level in front of what you can say is I don't like to have the level in front of rage. First of all, let's move these targets. So unlock the frames, go to general, unlock the frames, move my targets here and my target. Perfect, unlock them again. Okay, so going back to the target, go into the text, and so right now we have the health bar, that's the top one, and the power bar is the bottom one. So the left text right now, you can see we are having AFK and name. But I actually want to add the level with the name. So I'm going to find the name and remove the name. Then I'm going to find the level and then the unit name. And up here you can actually add as much as you want. I could go in here and add a dash. I think it's like that. Yeah, you can add a dash here. So like here, space, dash, space. Okay. And now we have actually a level and then a dash. But I mean, it looks actually a bit odd. So let's have it like this. So now if I click on a person, I can see his level here and then his name. So now in the mana bar, let's remove the level. So we go down to the mana bar here, and then it's in the left side, so left text. Let's see here, level. So now we can only see level in front of his name, and we can see his mana. But in SUF you have tons of settings. I just want to show you like here the basic settings. So now you have seen how you can go in on the general tab, like unlocking stuff, moving it around. And I also showed you on when you, for example, go to the player, you can go to frame, make it bigger. Also the target is really cool because you can see here, target is this size, player is this size, and then you have the position here where you want to have it, so you can have it in exactly the position you want. You can also anchor it so it's like getting attached to something. You also have, you can say bars. So you have like on my player right now, we have here, we have the bars, we have my power bar that is enabled. We can enable a class misc bar, so a XP reputation. So now you can see also my experience bar here on my unit frame. We have the health bar. We also have a totem bar for shamans. We could also add an empty bar for no reason, and you can add additional information into it. So for example, here in my empty bar now, I could go in here and remove group number, unit frame, and instead we could maybe add class color tag. I mean, you can pretty much add anything. So there you go. So now I can see on myself, I'm a warrior, level 1, human, alliance. And I could also add that on my target if I wanted to do so. But let's remove that empty bar again, it's pretty stupid. Then we have the cast bar. If I wanted to enable a cast bar, I could have a cast bar so I can see when casting. Okay, so this is not casting, I don't have a casting. I have a casting here, so here you can see I have a casting bar on my unit frame. It's actually also pretty cool if I wanted a cast bar. But we don't want a cast bar, I just want the standard cast bar. So that's here, you can see you can add additional tab bars. You have the text where you can manipulate exactly which text you want to see. We also have different things like buffs. So where do you want the buffs? Where do you want the position on buffs? The debuffs. And you can also go to general where you can choose if you want to have a 2D icon, or if you want to have a 3D icon. As you can see here, it's a 3D icon. You can also have a class icon. So as you can see, it's a warrior icon. You can also choose to switch the position of the portrait. You can also have a combat fader. That one I really like. So for example, in combat I have 100% the icon, but outside combat it's actually on 50%. So that means when I don't have a target, my unit here is actually fading, so I can look through it. It actually helps really a lot with ignoring, so you get more screen when actually just running around and enjoying the game. I personally like it. We can also have effects, so highlight effects. So for example, if I mouse over, so if I point at this, you can see it has some kind of some highlighting. You can see it's highlighting now. We have combo points down here. Combat text. Combat text is basically just if I get damage, it shows a number of damage here. I normally don't play with it because I have the standard numbers you can see. But again, we also have settings for battleground, arena, boss, party members, targets, pet, player, global. We also have enable units here. The checkbox below will allow you enable or disable units. So for example, this is what we have right now. We go here. If I unlock right now, we can go to enable units. We could disable arena. We could disable bosses. We could actually have raids. That could be pretty cool. So you can see we have all the raids here. So if you're playing a healer, it would pretty much maybe be nice to have some raid units frames. But again, if you don't play with these, if you disable party and raid, then you just play with the standard World of Warcraft. So you don't have to play with these party and raid frames. You can just use the standard World of Warcraft frames. And now I only use these frames, and my party frames would be the standard World of Warcraft frames. But you could also go in here and enable the units and enable party or raid or party pit and party target, and you can also have like main tank, bosses, and etc. You can just, I mean, you can keep going on adding stuff. Then of course you have all the standard units here, like the player, pet, targets, auto filter, so you can like filter out add-ons. You can also choose here what do you want to hide from the standard World of Warcraft. So right now I'm hiding party frames, hiding player frames. So yeah, if I mark all these, it will actually now, if I do a reload, it should be showing. You can see now it's showing the standard World of Warcraft stuff and all that. But again, I can go into /SUF and hide it here. So I don't want to see the standard target frame, and I don't want to see the standard player frame. But I want to see boss frames, player cast bar, party frames, raid frames, pet frames, buff frames, hide pet frames. So you can control what do you want to see from the standard World of Warcraft and what do you want to see from the add-on. So, and again, that's up here in enable units. Which one do you want to see? Which one do you want to hide? Then you have some kind of zone configuration, but that is much more hardcore. So let's skip that one. I don't even use it myself. But I mean, this is pretty much what I use the add-on for myself. I have these frames, I position them nice, give them some text, and then I pretty much use them. It is pretty much what I use this add-on for. So what can I say? Thanks for watching, everyone, and I hope this guide was some kind of help for you to position this. And keep in mind, the most important thing is to /SUF, go to general and unlock the stuff. Yeah, I can actually see we can also change like dark, blizzard, our border style, bantu bar. Oh, we can change the colors of the solid. Oh shit, that's a hardcore color. Background color. Let's try it. Oh, we can have like, damn, we can have a like totally invisible. So many place settings. Borders color. So here's the background color. We enable that again. I don't have any borders, so let's we can actually add borders. Oh, that's pretty cool. It's kind of previewing them. Please an achievement. It's not really what I suspected. It's much more of these borders. But then we can have some background. Let's put in it's just had a dark background. Okay, you can also change stain. There's a lot of things you can change in this. You can even change the font size and the font. Let's take Arial Narrow and make the font 12. Cool. Okay, I can see the border is not really helping, so let's put it to none. There we go. And does that mean I can also go in here to enable units? I don't want the target of target, but I want the target of target. I mean, I don't want the targets of target of target. There we go. Super. I mean, that's pretty much it. Just a little quick tip. Actually, you can go in here and target, and then you can enable portraits and change it to class icons. So you can actually see here, this is my target, and my target is targeting a warrior, for example. Or yeah, things like that. Stuff like that. So I hope this is kind of giving you an idea on how to get started with this. I mean, I'm just pretty much showing you how to set up this like default. But again, if you want to see how I play with it normal, I have my profiles here, my default profile. This is how I normally play with it. So when I normally play classic, I'm having it like this. I have my uniframe up here, and showing which the target class here. And I actually haven't disabled that one. There we go. And you can see here my player options is 70, 200, and 207, and 71. I actually think I will change that to 200 and put down that to that, and my target should be 200 and 70. There you go, much better. So this is how I play with standard. Oh, now I just moved my target here. Target frame position should now probably be 49, 48. There we go. Whoop whoop. So this is pretty much it. This is how I play with my shadowed unit frames. So thanks for watching, everyone. I hope this video was helpful. Else leave down a comment if you have any questions about this add-on. So thanks for watching, and peace out.